What's good? I'm your boy, the Urban Juggernaut.
And the Candy Girl here.
And I'm here to wish you happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Stay safe. Have a great holiday season. Looking forward to 2022.
Peace. What's good? It's your dog, the Urban Juggernaut, Sean Black, and we are locked into another episode of the Backhouse podcast. Straight from the Backhouse, Inglewood, California, representing. And I'm here with a very, very special guest. Amped Up was able to recently hold a tribute showdown for him and his family, and just to pay our respects to his career and things like that, because we feel like he is a staple on the SoCal wrestling scene in general, not just the Lucha scene, but just the SoCal wrestling scene in general. He is quite amazing. Without further ado, give it up for our guest, Amazing Junior, y'all.
That's me, you guys. Thank you. What's up, Sean? Thanks for having me, man.
Welcome. It's a blessing to have you and a pleasure. Yeah. Because it's actually my cameraman. I thought of it too, but my cameraman Jason requested. He was like, "We got to get a junior interview." So I was like,
"Yeah." So I'm here, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah. So, without further ado, once again, the purpose of the podcast is to bring show light to people of Los Angeles and OC too, but just bring positive.
In LA.
Show positivity. People are doing great things in the community. All races, all religions, LGBTQ. We just put another platform for you to meet people and show just the good work and the good hearts people have in this world of negativity. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, like I said, Amazing Junior is next to me. Amazing Junior, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and what got you into wrestling?
Well, I'm originally from Anaheim, so I was born and raised out in Anaheim. And what actually got me into wrestling was, I grew up with, my family, my mom and my uncle. They would always take us to wrestling events. So my uncle was a big wrestling fan. We started going to WWF events back in, if I can remember, maybe 1993. Around there. So I remember I went to my first wrestling show, WWF, at the Anaheim Convention Center. And that was I think I was about maybe five years old or something like that. And ever since then, we were watching it every week. And then, so I guess me growing up like that, I would always I kind of grew a heart for wrestling,
That's news to me also, because I didn't know Anaheim Convention Center used to have events. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's where they started having it there before they did the Honda Center, which before it was called the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim.
Back in the day. I remember that wasn't even there.
Right.
Arrowhead Pond. I remember that. Yeah. Anaheim is such an amazing place for all those out-of-state folks. You got Disneyland.
Yep.
You got
It's right next to Disneyland.
Literally right next to
the Anaheim
Disneyland.
Convention Center, just right.
One of my favorites, Knott's Berry Farm.
Yep.
Shout out to Blaine Park. From what I heard that they used to have pro wrestling matches in Knott's Berry Farm. There was a room, so I've seen it too. So we'll try to have a wrestling history podcast later. But anyway, and then growing up, sports, anything?
Baseball, basketball.
Okay.
I grew up. My family, we were always into sports. Always. Basketball, baseball, hockey, name it. We watched it. So we're big sports fans.
Yeah. As we see,
wrestling was my thing.
Yeah, you like me. That's all I thought about. I'll say the sports aspect because you were extremely fast in the ring, like lightning speed. Did you track anything or just natural?
No, it was just natural.
Natural speed.
It was just natural speed. No track or nothing.
Okay. So, and then for those who don't know, along with Amazing Junior came the family.
Yeah.
So let's know who each of your relatives are and how did all that get started? Yeah, wrestling families are very rare. Like there's a lot in the business, but
Yeah.
you guys had a stronghold on the Lucha scene for a second. So let us know about your family.
We did. So the first ones that started off in the wrestling scene was myself and then my brother, the OG Playboy. So we actually started in the business, and then I guess after years went on, we started bringing our cousin, Bobby Rios. So we brought him into the wrestling scene, and then and then years went on from there. We had our little camera boy, which is my younger brother, Tiger Kid. So we actually had him as our camera guy for a while. And then I guess he started, I'm assuming, growing a heart for it. And then he started training. And then from there it just went on. He stayed, then he became a wrestler. So it was 4 of us. It was myself, my brother DLG Playboy, Bobby Rios, and my brother Tiger Kid. So it was us 4.
And to me personally, you guys were like I said, I was coming in and just going on a thing. I would say you guys were the go-to the Lucha scene, because when all y'all was on a car together, it was going down. Yeah.
Fans already knew what to expect,
So another place that holds a lot of wrestling history is the Anaheim Marketplace.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I was able to wrestle there twice. So tell us, Playboy talks about a lot of his start there.
Yeah.
I know you had. So tell about your experiences there.
Wow, man. Well, that's where I got my start in the wrestling business. My trainers, Little Cholo, Infernal, and then Eugenio Martin from WPW. So they were the ones that pretty much gave me that opened their doors for me. And then so I was just like, Cholo would always train me. It was Cholo, and then, like I said, Infernal. So, and that was like, I think we would train about maybe 4, sometimes 5 days a week. The only days we wouldn't train would be Tuesdays because the swap meet was closed.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna bring it around to the time I started meeting you guys. So what gave you to? How did it come to the Lucha Pro era? 'Cause that's when we all started to mesh.
Yes. So that it was actually Marvin, Mr. California, was the one that he started getting booked out in WPW, and then from the show out there, he would always he would tell me. He told me, he's like, hey, you know what? Like, there's this show up in LA. Like, do you want to work? And I was like, yeah, like I'm down. Like, because the only place I knew was just Orange County.
Yeah.
That was the only place I wrestled for was WPW. And then once I started getting my foot out of the county and started wrestling for Lucha Pro, it was from Mr. California. He was the one that got me out there. And I remember this. Martin from WPW found out that I wrestled out there in LA. The following weekend he seen me, he's like, oh, he was mad. He was really upset because we didn't tell him. And then he told me, he's like, next time if you wrestle out there again, I'm not going to book you anymore. I was like, okay. But then I was kind of afraid. I was like, I really liked it. I really liked the experience out there at Lucha Pro. So then, from there, I guess I went the following weekend as well. I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to go, So they brought me out there. I started wrestling, and then Martin found out. He got mad. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to book you. But, don't get me wrong. Like, I was kind of bothered because I was like, I don't see why he wasn't giving us the okay to go out there, but we did it anyways. But then that became an every week thing.
Yeah.
So there was sometimes I would be at WPW out in Anaheim. Uh-huh. So we would wrestle, and then I would tell Martin, hey, you know what, Martin, can you put me up first match? I said, because I have to go to another show. He hated that. Because
Lucha promoters don't like that. I've been there.
He hated that. So for us, you figure like us, he made us his main guys. Yeah. Out there in WPW. So he would always tell us, oh, you know what, you guys are my semi-main or main guys. And then he hated putting us first because then we would wrestle, we would just leave in our gear, go to the other show.
Yeah.
So we did that for a long time.
For those who don't know, the scene is very, very competitive. Matter of fact, I was in a Lucha situation where he said the same thing. But you want to make, not only you want to have fun, you want to make a little extra money, you know, little ends. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We all been in
I
that.
remember I used to wrestle for Punisher. That who I actually started wrestling for before Lucha Pro. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that are familiar with that guy. You know, Punisher.
And
So
the belt.
yes, yeah, he was known for that. But you know, I mean, at that time I didn't really care too much about the money. You know, when I started wrestling for him, it was always like everyone knows it. It was like $5 is what he would pay all his guys. He'd like, okay, I'm gonna give you $5, and then he'd be like, oh, go get a torta. Everyone knows him as the guy that pays $5 and a torta, but it was like that for a while. But you know what? I was okay with it. I was like, because I wanted to go out there and just go and wrestle, you know.
Let me tell you, I hate the term of being a promoter and this thing.
Yeah,
I make sure everybody's paid. There's been rookies that come up to me and I say, hey, you know, I see when I'm talking about 2, 3, 4 month in, see what you got, you know, and I want to work use you. And then you ask for a rate, they're like 180 to 100. I'm like,
and those are rookies.
I'm like, it's weird how the paying dues aspect has changed because
Changed big time.
I was happy when I got my first $5. My first 2 or 3 matches, granted, their luchas were free. And lucha companies promoter, y'all foul for that. You know good and well you should be paying nobody no free or $5.
$5.
$5. Y'all wrong. No disrespect, but looking back as I was new, I was like happy. But
I was happy too.
you gotta, you know, if your gate, you got 500 people out there, you paying the wrestler $5
$5.
just because they knew you foul. You doing that in 2021 on, you foul as hell. Real talk.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so from there, you start to move around. The family starts to move around a little bit more.
Yeah.
I was able to see, like I said, I ended up having matches with Playboy, Tiger Kid starts moving around, Bobby, and everybody starts moving around. And you start to be a name, like you start to be the go-to guy.
Yeah.
And fan base picked up. So tell us how that feels once you start getting more notoriety, because I've seen it to where wrestlers, when they heard you were going on, I've seen wrestlers come sick just to watch what you're doing.
Yes, and I heard that a lot. And honestly, I mean, that felt really good.
Yeah,
You know, because when they find out, oh, you know, Amazing Junior is gonna wrestle. Oh, this is gonna be good. You know, and just hearing that made me feel so good. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going out there. You know, I'm doing my job right. You know, I'm doing what people like. You know, and you know, hearing that, it motivated me more. So I would go out there with more of like, I would just be so motivated to go out there and just kick ass. You know.
Yeah.
And like that, I grew a huge fan base. You know, I would say one of my favorite, I mean, you know, I love all my fans, you know. But Oxnard for Rogers promotion out there in Oxnard, that was actually, there was a time like maybe a year, I think it was like maybe 2006, around there. That was one of my favorite promotions to wrestle for. Because I had one of the biggest fan bases out there. You know, I just had a huge fan base, and I don't know. I mean, the fans is what motivates me. You know, my fans cheering and everything just gets me going. You know, but
Yes. So you took a little break for a while, right?
yeah, you know what? It's funny. I was just talking about that too. Actually, I took a few breaks. You know, there was a time where I was just wrestling. I was hot. You know, I was like so hot. You know, I had was getting booked like a lot of places, and just out of nowhere I just disappeared. I just randomly disappeared.
Yeah, I try to use you. You say you was chilling. Remember that?
Yeah. And then I actually had a few promoters hit me up, and I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm not wrestling right now.
Yeah.
And then there was one time where I actually stopped, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna wrestle anymore. And Bart from AWS hit me up. You know, he's like, hey, you know, Junior, like, I wanna book you. I'm not wrestling right now, and then something just kicked in. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So I just jumped on it. You know, but yeah, I mean, it happened actually a few times where I actually was wrestling, and just out of nowhere, like my mind's like, you know what, I just gotta get away from it.
Yeah. I've been there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this last run, obviously, it was the rise again. Junior was.
I was hot, man. I was hot. People would tell me, you know, you were up there. You were up there, man. Like, what happened? It's like accidents happen.
Yeah.
You know? Like every day we go out there in the ring, we always risk our lives. You know, we always put our bodies on the line. And you know, for all the fans that are out there that say, oh, this is stuff fake and this and that, you know, injuries do happen. You know, and at the end, we pay for it. You know. You know, I had people ask me, look at me and be like, hey, do you regret it? Absolutely not. You know, absolutely not. I don't regret it. But it was just an accident that happened. And, you know.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna give you the how you say, like I said, if you feel you want to answer this, you know, you can. If you don't, but one of the things on here, this podcast is not only just to honor you, but I would give you a chance to finally clear that air and about the injury and how you felt, because there's always locker room rumors. There's always there's that who's protected who. Some people are upset about who you were wrestling. You know, the blame on him. Somebody, the referee. Blame on the dojo, this and that. It would be a proper platform. I feel like this would be a proper platform if you want to just, if you want to clear the air about that night. And
so that night I had actually wrestled VWE, that tournament, the night before, which was Friday. You know, so I actually went to work that Friday morning. I got out. At that time I was working 2 jobs. You know, so I was wrestling. I mean, I worked, and then after work, I got home, I got ready, and I went straight to the show. VWE, for the trophy. You know, and I wrestled twice, I believe, that day. You know, it was with Jack Cartwheel, and then at the end it was with Cholo and Mike Check. It was Cholo and someone. I apologize if I forgot your name, but yeah. So then I wrestled twice that day, and then you figure from work to wrestling, and then I wrestled twice, and then, you know, got home really late, woke up in the morning again on Saturday, I went to work, and then from work, I went straight to the show. So I had to wrestle that show for OCCW, and that's when I was going against Vito. And we did a 2 out of 3 falls, and during that match, I think there was like a time during the match I felt very exhausted. Felt like my body was like kind of shutting down a little bit, but I'm the type of person, like, I won't quit, and I won't tell people I'm tired.
yeah.
I'll go out there and I'll do it. So then, you know, we were out there, we did our match. First fall ended, boom, that was it. Second fall was going on, we're doing our thing, and I just felt me very, very drained. You know, I just felt very tired, but then in my head I was thinking it was mental. It was mental. Like, I worked, I wrestled, I worked again, and then I'm wrestling again. And then to actually do a match, you know, 2 out of 3 falls, I was kind of cool with it, because I'm the type of person, I can go for a long time.
Yes, we know that.
You know, I can go for a long time. So then it got to the point where I had set Vito up for a move, and then I was doing my usual backflip that I do, where I jump in the corner. I call it the super crazy moonsault, is because that's who I caught it from. You know, super crazy. It was his moonsault where he jumped over the top rope, land on the second, and do the moonsault. And I guess at that time I wasn't thinking. I think I was more tired than anything. I just jumped over right when I was gonna do the backflip. I landed on the second rope and I was already throwing myself back, but it was so quick. And right when I threw myself back, my foot just slipped off the rope. And then I just remember feeling like that, just you know, I just landed right on my neck. But it was like such a hard impact, you know, and then it dazed me. Like, I got dazed instantly, and then I had the whole right side of my body numbed. From like my waist all the way to, you know, my hands, you know, my neck. And I just felt my spine, like a sharp pain on my spine. But then I guess my adrenaline was going. The ref talked to me. He's like, "Oh, are you okay?" But I think after the impact happened, the ref was more shocked than anything. That's why people say that, "Oh, it's the ref's fault." Listen, I don't put the blame on anyone. Accidents happen in the ring, so I don't put the blame on the venue. I don't put the blame on the ring. It's just an accident happened, you know. And then after I landed, the ref was kind of shocked, and then he went over to me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I think I was dazed, and I think I said yes. And then I did something where I actually picked my foot up and I put it on the bottom rope. So at least from there, I know I had movement. And then after that impact, I kind of gave it a second. They were telling me, "Do you still want to go?" And then me, I was saying, "Yeah, yes, I want to go. I want to go. Give me a second." So they gave me time. I got up. I actually walked it off. I walked it around the ring. And then I remember I grabbed one of the fans' water bottle and I drank it and then I poured it on my head. And I was like, all right, cool, like warming myself up. I go back in the ring, but I was in so much pain. I just heard people, no, don't do it, stop. I remember I just sat down in the ring and I laid out. And then John from OCCW, he's like, "That's it, we're calling it, that's it, ring the bell." So they rang the bell. And then when I got out of the, I went to the back, I started changing, and then I got rushed to the hospital. So I got to the hospital, and that's when, you know, they asked me, "Oh, what happened?" and this and that. So I explained to them what exactly happened. At that moment, I was just in so much pain. I was in so much pain because my adrenaline started cooling off, and that's when I felt it off.
Oh, man.
I felt it. I was like, damn, like this thing's really hurting me. And then from there, they took me in. They rushed me in quick. So then they started doing all these tests on me, X-rays and everything, and finally they came out. And they're like, "You know, did the doctors tell you?" I said, "No." He's like, "Well, you broke your neck in 3 places." First they were saying 4. Then I broke my neck in 4 places. And in my head, I was just like laying down, like looking up at the lights, and I was telling myself, like, is this really happening? Like, did I really do this to myself? And so from there, they were more worried because they said that I had internal bleeding, that I was bleeding a lot. So they were more worried about that. So then they told me, "Okay, well, we're going to do another test. We got to call another hospital. We got to get you over there ASAP, and you're going to go through emergency surgery." So I was like, okay. And just know in my head, I was afraid because I hate surgeries, you know, especially on my neck. You know, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But so anyways, they rushed me to the hospital. They got me there. They pulled me in trauma. They're cutting off my clothes, sticking me with IVs and everything, getting me ready. And then the guys was reading one of the doctors was reading I guess my record. And then from the record, he's like, "You know what? He's like, we're going to go and do a test on you before we do anything." So we're like, all right, cool. He went in, and then after the test, he got the results. He's like, "You know what? You're not bleeding anymore." So they were more worried about the bleeding than they were with the breaks on the neck. So then from there, he came out, and he's like, "Okay, well, we're just going to kind of stabilize you right now, and then we're going to wait a little, and then we're going to check back and then do another test on you just to make sure the bleeding completely stopped." They did that again. They took me in, pulled me back out. They're like, "You know what? Your bleeding stopped. We're not going to do surgery on you," and this and that. So I was like, all right, cool. Put me in a hospital. I mean, they actually gave me a room. You know, they had me in ICU for a while. Then they had me from there, then they moved me to a room. And then, so they just had me there, and then they were just having me pretty much heal up from there. But overall, like, no blame on no one, on anyone. You know, no promoters, you know, no ring crew, no venue guys, nothing. It was just an accident that happened. I don't put the blame on anyone. You know.
And there you have it, y'all. That's straight from his mouth. You know, sometimes, like I said, with just the scene, we hear a lot of he say, she say. People ain't there and all that work and travel and work and get twisted. And we are very, very grateful that you are here still walking, got all your senses.
Yes, man, yes.
Made it through.
I did.
So you see, guys, you made it through. No blame on anyone.
Nope.
And we're just going to leave it like that. But once again, people at home, wrestling, biggest message about this is wrestling is no joke. Every time we step in the ring, it don't matter who,
no matter what.
It don't matter what venue. It don't matter if you at a kid's birthday party. It don't matter if you at training. These are the risks we take every single time we step into the ring.
There's no guarantee you're gonna make it home. You know, the same way you walked in. You know, and I actually learned it that day. You know, but accidents happen, though. You know.
Yes. So we've had some very emotional tributes made to him and things like that. A lot of
That was awesome, man.
Yeah. We got he had one with Orange County that we were able to put one together ourselves. Show appreciation, throw something to him and his family.
I appreciate that, man.
So another thing to let everybody know, how does it feel to, well, personally, me, before I get into this,
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like, and I'll call it, I feel like he'll have his edge moment.
You know what?
I feel like it. I feel like it, bro. Hey, I'll put this into existence before you get into it.
It just might happen. We never know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I miss it a lot. You know, I really do. You know, I look over my videos and I'm like, damn, I miss it. It hits me. You know? But, I mean, the doctors told me that I can't wrestle anymore because of the injury on my neck. He's like, you know, if you do it again, there's possibility you can become paralyzed because of the breaks that I have. So that's what kind of made me be like, okay, you know, I'm gonna put my kids first before anything.
Yeah.
But,
And like I said, I'm just speaking that to existence, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not
but
saying...
whatever family, like I said, whatever you feel, we all support any
Yep.
decision here.
Yeah, and I appreciate that a lot. But, you know, I mean, right now, I'm not saying I'm done because you never know. Amazing Junior don't quit. I might quit, but I might come back. You never know. You know, but...
You got a live exclusive?
You guys heard it, right? So,
So,
I mean, like I said, never say never.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it might be a time where I might be fully healed or healed enough to come back and, you know, one move I gotta try is a backflip again. I gotta hit it.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna feel like an old black mama. No, baby, no.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm done. You know, I was just saying from what the doctors had told me.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a possibility, maybe in the future, years from now, but as of right now, I have to stay out.
All right.
Never say never.
Now we got another guest. I mean, he doing his thing, man. Come on, man. Just let us know who can come through.
Who's here? Who's
here, man?
What's up, y'all?
Oh, come through. Just pop up. Come through. Oh, here he's coming. But you know you gotta get right first. My man, look at Live Exclusive. We got another member of the family, Tiger Kid, y'all. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Just chilling, hanging out. Got a couple of shows coming up. January 23rd, February 12th, too.
Yeah.
Most 2 recent shows I have coming up.
Yeah,
I
bro.
just try to wrestle part-time, not full-time. Like once a month, maybe twice a month.
Oh,
Stay a special attraction.
So for those, like I said earlier, the part of the family, brothers right here. Like I said, he pulled up to show some love. That is the Tiger Kid. Look up your boy, man. He's doing it. He's one of the dope luchas in the game. It's funny, I almost said.
Follow the real Tiger Kid on Instagram.com.
I almost said Tiger King. I'll put all the rest of it.
I
saw a tiger. I saw a tiger. Yeah. Anaheim in the building. His family in the building.
My brother right there.
Yeah, what an amazing show.
Oh, you got like 6 views.
Yeah.
Just tag me. You get like 8. You got like 8 right now.
So how did you feel about, like I said, all the wrestlers coming together for your tributes, bro?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was awesome. You know, it actually, like, you know, I said during the show, it just meant a lot to me. You know, it really meant a lot. You know, I knew I had a lot of love from a lot of wrestlers. You know, but for everyone to actually come together and do something for me like that, it really made me feel some type of way. You know, like in a good way. you know. Lil Cholo and the shows, you know, that show that he put on for me, everyone that was there, I appreciate it. That was awesome. It was an awesome show. And Sean, you know, Trigger, Red Spider, Vintage, you know, for that show that they did for me as well, that was awesome, man. And, you know, I just want to thank everyone that actually came together to put that show on for me. Thank you.
How you say that? Major League Scorpio Sky came down.
That was
AEW, man.
Yeah, Scorpio Sky. Big shout out to him.
Yeah.
Rick Knox, you know, he's a huge ref out there in AEW.
Yeah.
Shout out to him too. Appreciate it. Thank you. And then just everyone that was part of it, you know, that was pretty cool. That really meant a lot to me.
Yeah. And once again, on that side, shout out to everybody, Cholo. Might be controversial with respect to Orange County Championship rep because it's love, it's school, whatever happened, but it's still, this is about him. So shout out for what you guys, for what y'all did to him. Yeah. Amped up, we held it down. Lucha Pro held it down. Vintage, Red Spider, all the wrestlers.
Everyone that was involved in the show.
It was like I said, it's just a beautiful thing to come through and make sure. Wrestler, you know, like I said, we want to make sure our boys are straight. Even if we don't get along with them, you don't want to see nobody go through that. You know what I'm saying?
At the end, we're family. You know?
Yeah.
Whether people don't get along or not, you know, just know that at the end, if something happens to someone, everyone's there. You know, we're just one huge wrestling family.
100. Lastly, closing out, where everybody can find you on social media, keep in touch with you. Send well wishes to see you got the live going. We are live right now. It's like, I keep looking over. I keep looking, seeing people. I know, like, oh. But we see, we got the live popping right now. So let us know everywhere we can find you.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook and then Instagram. Instagram, you can find me at King Jr. 310, and then Facebook, it's Albert.Madrid.90. Yeah, so that's where you guys can find me. So just go ahead and give me a follow. You know, follow me on Instagram.
Any last message you want to give to everybody?
No, I just want to say thank you to all my fans, and until now I still have, you know, fans hitting me up and just, you know, wishing me, you know, well, and, you know, telling me to heal up quick, that they want to see me back, and, you know, fan mail and stuff that I have received. It's, you know, it's awesome.
Boys,
it's
awesome.
Fan mail.
Straight fan mail.
Fan mail, yep.
Somebody licked the stamp and sent it in 2021.
Send it to me. So that was cool. And then, last but not least, I want to go ahead and thank you, Sean. Yes. Appreciate you, my brother.
Oh yeah, you're always welcome. You guys are always welcome. Whatever you hear, and see, we found a place now. So
we got it. We found it.
We about to be the pro wrestling. We about to be the pro wrestling no jumper up in here.
That's right.
The pro wrestling Vlad. Without telling, I love Vlad. But it's all good, man. I am your boy, the Urban Juggernaut. This is Amazing Junior. This has been another episode of the Backhouse Podcast, and we are out. See you in 2022. Peace.